shine. Know that we shine. Putting that shit together, then be fucking with your mind. Yeah, you know how we ride. You know how we ride. When you fucking with hit them hard, know we winning every time. Yeah, you know how we shine. You know how we shine. Putting that shit together, then be fucking with your mind. Y'all know about Brown, nigga? Hustling like a motherfucker. Stay up on my grind, nigga. You know how I shine, nigga.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2W Injuries. This is episode 155. Good morning, Michael.
What is up?
It's this weather, man. It was hot 2 days ago. Someone says to me, spring is the first, tomorrow's the first day of spring. So I thought, it's going to be a nice warm spring. I can do this.
Fall.
I'm sorry. In the fall, it sure did not miss a beat. It as soon as it turned the first day of fall, the weather came with it, and I'm sorry to say that we're probably gonna, not have any hot weather again for about another 6 months. So
I love it.
There you go.
I love it. This is perfect. Like 60-some degrees outside. Actually, 54 right now. I am loving it. I'm loving life.
Yes. I think it's supposed to get like the next 7 days on the forecast. One day it's supposed to get to 70, which is nothing. So it's going to be, get the sweatshirts, the hoodies, sweaters, whatever you wear, get it out, because it's that time, man.
I love it. I can't wait.
A lot of good news from last night. The good news is we don't have to watch the Steelers play for 10 days. I'm all about that. I guess we got to talk about that fucking
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Let me start off by saying the Steelers have gone 12 games in a row without scoring a touchdown in the first quarter. I don't even know where to start, Mike. Why don't you start talking about the game, and I'll go off of you.
Well, let's start with my favorite Steeler currently on the roster, Cam Hayward, who was abused worse than Beecher on Oz for 2 weeks in a row. My man is wow. He still got that dong in him. He does not have that dog in him. I was reading online, like Twitter, people like, oh, he's being double teamed. I was watching him getting blocked one arm down the field.
Yeah.
This guy is, he did have his great quote to the media. We got our asses kicked. No shit, Cam. No shit. We watched the game. We watched last week's game when you got your ass kicked, your ass handed to you. Maybe make a play. Step up and make a play. Every time you got a tackle, it's just because a guy fell into you 4 yards down the field. Nick Chubbs dominated you for 4 freaking quarters. For 4 quarters. And all you can say is the defense played bad. Take some personal responsibility. Be a leader on the team and say, I need to step up. I need to be better. I need to, rally the front three. Instead of saying, we got our asses kicked. When you win, you say we. When you lose, you're supposed to say I if you're a leader. You're not a leader. You are a beacher. From season 1, 2, and 3. You're getting destroyed. Mr. I am as good as Aaron Donald. You've done nothing since TJ Watt went out. You are a sad excuse for a defensive lineman. All these fans saying, oh, Cam needs to win the Super Bowl. How about Cam make a fucking play? How about Cam stop the run? How about Cam shut his mouth for an entire offseason and work on his craft and make a fucking play? You want to talk yourself up, buddy? Hey, talk yourself up, but back it up. You're a fucking fraud is what you are. You haven't done anything since you left Ohio State. You've won nothing in this league. You have done nothing. You are a sham.
And it's on, everybody. There you have it, Mike. Why don't you be a little bit more honest next time and tell us how you feel? Mike is 100% right. Now, here's the thing. Cam, I seen him make one play that was that I would have thought, okay, well, that's a good play during the course of this game. But you're right. You're right. Since game one, Cam was bouncing like he had springs in his legs. He's knocking passes out of the air. He's getting to the quarterback. The only player, Mike, amongst the rushing defensemen that had a good game, I think, was Alex Highsmith. He had 1.5 sacks, and I seen him get to play a couple times whenever he needed to be. Alex Highsmith. Anybody else in that front seven, with the exception of Miles Jack. Miles Jack did lead the team in tackles. So with the exception of those two players, Miles Jack and Alex Highsmith, the front seven really screwed the pooch, man. They couldn't stop anything, and it's almost unfair that Nick Chubb could squat 10,000 fucking pounds or whatever the hell they were saying. So I mean, just naturally, if you can squat that, you can carry guys that are 200 pounds with ease, and that's what he was doing. They set the pace. They, they're nothing special. They have nothing spectacular going on, especially with their second string quarterback, who basically him and Mitch had very similar numbers. So it came down to that running game. And I tell you what, they set the pace with it. Chubb, there was no stopping him. Every once in a while, you throw a little Kareem Hunt in there. It was a little too much for our defense. And you know what it reminds me of? We don't usually get beat off the ball like this, generally, because our defense is usually pretty decent. The last time, or one of the times that this really reminds me of, is when Eddie George. Remember when Eddie George?
Oh yeah.
When they started getting good and he started running us over and there was just no stopping him. That was the kind of feel that I got from this, because it's a helpless feeling. It's a feeling that we did to other people when we had Jerome Bettis, and now we know what it feels like, because play after play after play, just handoff after handoff. This guy's coming down your throat. Oluwalu knows this guy's coming down his throat. Okunjobi, Cam Hayward. I didn't see much of Devin Bush. I seen a couple plays that he made, but
he had about like 12 tackles, I think, or he had 11 tackles. Miles Jack had 12. Those two were making tackles all over the place.
Yeah, so I mean, you want that from your insides, but that line, they should take this next 10 days, not rest. Go to football camp. Go to these camps that you're charging kids for and learn how to do something, because for fuck's sake, that was horrible. That was horrible. It was hard to watch. And like I said, it wasn't like they were doing anything spectacular. So we should have been able to stay in that game, which we did, just because they're not anything great. We were kind of waiting for the big play. We're waiting for the big play to happen. I know I was as a fan. I'm waiting for the interception, the fumble, anything that kind of turns the momentum, and that just never happened. So unfortunately, if that's all you have, is your strong point is taking advantage of other people's mistakes, that's 2 games in a row now that didn't happen for us. And think of it this way: if Cincinnati's long snapper would have been healthy, Mike, we would be sitting at 0-3.
Yeah, and this team. It's terrible to watch that defense play. Like I have up on the screen right now. You can see it struggled. Witherspoon, Edmonds, Hayward, all just had terrible games, and it was a bad performance all around. I sat there in the second half, and I was just watching Cam get destroyed one-on-one. In the first half, we're watching Witherspoon get smoked like we've never seen him smoke before. Edmonds reverted back to 3 years ago, or 2 seasons ago, when he would look lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a terrible performance all around. That run defense it's just terrible. That line is all 3 of them are just getting blocked one-on-one for the most part, and it was embarrassing. And I just love how the narrative by the media and the pretend media on this defense is, the offense is having too many 3-and-outs. How about when the offense went down and scored, and then the defense gives up 10-yard or 10-play drives that last over 10 minutes. That's on the defense. The defense is allowed to make a stop. They're putting it on themselves being out there that long. This whole narrative that, it's the offense's fault because the defense sucks. This defense has not been good for years for the most part. They've not been able to get off the field. This defense is riding high on the last Super Bowl defense and the defense from the 70s. This defense is not any of those defenses. They are allowed to stop the run, make interceptions, defend the pass. They're allowed to do something on defense.
They did.
It's a shame. They gave up at least 3 drives of 10 plays or more. That's on the defense. Make a stop.
You know, and the thing is, it's not going to get much easier. We have the Jets coming next week, and then after that's a string of games that I would think would be difficult, even if you were playing good football. I think this, like I said yesterday, this game is going to set the tone for the rest of the season. I'm gonna call it now, unless something miraculous happens, but I don't see how that could happen. For one, let's jump on the other side of the ball. We got to be able to score more than 14 to 17 points.
Oh, yeah.
You play some teams that aren't really that good, and you can't score more than 14, 17 points. It's gonna be real tough for you whenever you start playing better teams. You start playing Tom Brady, you get the Eagles, and a gang of teams coming through around, right after that. So it's gonna be a long road. Of course, the score last night ended up being 29-17. It was a closer game, 23-17, until the most pathetic lateral kickoff return happened that I've ever seen in my life. Wow, what the fuck was that? I've seen many of desperate lateral plays at the end of a game in the NFL before and in college, and what the fuck was that?
I'm gonna make a full mention here. I turned the game off once. Once we were.
Well, here's what happened.
By like 20, I was like, I'm done. I think it was like the last 6 minutes of the game. I got tired of watching this defense get run over, and I was like, you know what, F it, I'm done. If this defense can quit, I can quit. So I quit.
Here's what happened. It was 23-17. They kick us the ball, and we went to do this. The lateral that these teams do at the end of the game when they're losing, and they just got to try to do something desperate on the kickoff return. So they got the ball, and excuse me, I think about the 15-yard line, the guy turns around. Before there was, okay, for starters, he was running with the ball. There was somebody coming probably about 5 yards away, so he wasn't even close yet, and the guy pitches the ball to somebody else. The guy then catches the ball, stands there and looks around for a second, and then decides to move. Everyone closes in on him, and he throws it backwards. So now it's right around the 3-yard line.
Oh, Jesus.
And this guy catches the ball, and he hears something tries. It was like hot potato. Or you remember that game when you were a kid, Fumble Annie? You don't want to get,
Yeah.
So the very last guy pitches it, and it bounces into the end zone, Mike. It bounces into the end zone. A Brown jumps on it. Time goes off. 29-17. It was a classic ass whooping.
Yeah, as you can hear, my kid in the background says he's saying it's done. He has the Steelers season's done. Like, if you can't execute a simple like lateral to like how do you get it back that far? This team's a joke. I'm tired of them. But this is going to be a fun another. How many games we have left?
14. We have 14 games left plus a bye week, Mike.
I can't wait. I'm loving it.
That's 4 months in 1 week.
I can't wait. I'm loving it. That this team, like, oh God. Well, let's talk about this offense.
I guess it's a little less than 4 months. My bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about this offense. So I'll go in this game. Mitch was being criticized for not going deep.
Yeah,
he goes deep to our boy Pickens, who makes one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
All these media people online are like, Chase Claypool was open in the middle of the field on that play. Why didn't he throw to him? He's rolling out to his right. So you want him to throw across his body to the middle of the field, which if it would have been picked off or tipped, they're like, oh, why'd he do that? Why'd he do that? But you can't enjoy the fact that our receiver made one hell of a catch. As his hands being held, his hand warmers being held, he reaches up behind his body, turns his spine into a fucking pretzel, makes this beautiful catch. And you want to sit there and go, why didn't he throw to the guy in the middle of the field? Well, he threw it deep and got the bigger gain and made the smart play. You don't throw across your body to the middle of the field.
I really feel
that just bothered me there. But
I really feel, Mike, that the offense, they played better.
They did.
The line, it was times. You know what? There always just seems to be one guy that just comes out of nowhere. It's not even on a blitz. There always just seems to be this one guy that always comes off the end that's always in Mitch's face. But besides for that, it was an improved line and an improved offense more than it was over the past couple of weeks. And you said like the throwing downfield, Deontay, you know what? I'm starting to buy. I told you how I felt about him earlier. The guy, he's making the plays. I can't say nothing about Deontay Johnson. Claypool's making plays. Pickens is making plays. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't look at their tight ends at all. But those three guys, I thought had a pretty decent night. And Mitch, I mean, 20 for 32 for 207 yards, no interceptions, no touchdowns. So, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. The offense wasn't that bad. Najee Harris only had 56-yard rushing on 15 runs, 1 touchdown. Johnson, 8 catches for 84. It wasn't the greatest game ever. It wasn't the worst game ever. It falls in the category of where we've been the last 3 weeks. And like I said, it was on the better side. And the touchdown at the very end of the game makes it look worse than it was. It was only a 6-point difference if we wouldn't have, threw the ball back into the end zone for whatever reason. So, I mean, it was basically we played 3 same games. Every game was the same exact game. Granted, yesterday was a little bit improved. I got to give it to that offensive line. They did do something to improve. It wasn't like every play somebody shooting through the gaps and causing problems. Got to give them that. Is it too early to start talking Pickett? I don't know. I don't know, because here's the thing. We can sit here and pick through every single thing that went wrong last night, and there was a lot of it on defense, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, this team needs to get better.
Like, I want to talk about that offensive line. That they held Myles Garrett in check all night long.
Yeah.
Like, the tackles played an amazing game. I want to give them the credit. Daniels up in the middle, man. He was just bowling people over left and right. Just, I can't even spell play correctly on a little thing here, but no, he played. They played an amazing. I thought they did really, really well, and there were a couple of times that Mitch had some guys in his face, but it wasn't that bad. He had a lot more time than normal, and Mitch showed his escapability back there in the pocket, just how smooth he can step up, move to the slide to the left or the right. Here comes Mickey Mouse again. And it's just been, that line has been improving game after game. Mickey Mouse. They do not look like Mickey Mouse, buddy. But no, that line has improved all game long, or all season long. I thought they played really well. My big problem was Najee not getting. He had a couple of good runs, but it wasn't consistent.
Yeah,
you look at
consistency is something we do not possess.
3.7 yards per carry. Jaylen Warren, he had 4 for 30. Warren was the more impressive.
Jaylen Warren coughed one up.
He did. Yeah, I had that right there. Impresses, but fumbles. But we were fortunate to get it back. Najee had that great run for the touchdown where he bowled people over. If they could both play the way if Warren keeps playing the way he does and secure the ball, I'm not going to get on a guy for making one fumble because Najee had one too.
Right.
But I just think. I just think if Najee can return to form the way he was last year and the way the line's improving, I think we can get the run game going. And once you get the run game going, that's going to improve a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing. They need to, on all 3 facets of the game, need to play better, more consistently. You have Boswell missing field goals again. That's not a good sign. Usually when your place kicker is struggling, your team is struggling. And that's what's going on right now, is that you have, the defense is struggling, but whenever they were playing better early on, the offense was struggling. And then when the offense starts to play a little bit better, the defense is struggling. And then once one of them starts playing better, then the special teams struggle. They have to, that's ultimately the answer. Yes, you have to get in there, work the X's and O's, but at the end of the day, you have to get all 3 facets of the team playing consistently together. Because like I said, if one is stinking, like in the first week when the offense stunk and the defense played good, you're going to have that kind of game. On the other hand, like yesterday when the offense played a little bit better, the defense was bad, you're going to have that kind of game. Or if they're both playing good and your field goal kicker misses a kick at the end of the game to win, So you do all three. I don't know. You have 10 days. Take this team, go in a room. Don't let yourself out until you figure out what the hell you're going to do to make this team better. Because you know what? Like I stated earlier on, these games aren't going to get any easier moving forward.
Oh no, they're going to get a lot difficult. Like the quote unquote like easy game on the schedule is the Jets, and this is the Jets team that came back and beat this Browns team that just ran it down their throats. And then after that, it becomes a who's who of potential playoff contenders. It's going to be not pretty. You got Jets, Bills, Buccaneers, Dolphins, Eagles. That is not a fun run right there.
No.
And then
every
after
one
that,
of them games, one of them games in theory should be more difficult than the first 3 games we played.
Oh yeah. Like I'm trying to find a win. The Jets, possibly the Jets.
I don't
after
see
that, it becomes a bunch of losses: Bills, Buccaneers, Dolphins, Eagles, Saints, Bengals, Colts, Falcons, maybe. Then the Panthers. Then after that, there's only a handful of wins left on this schedule for this team.
You know what?
Have been playing.
I was going about 3 more games than you were as far as giving this team wins this season prior to the season. I'm changing. I'm editing. I'm revising because I don't feel that way at all. I feel like this team is really. And the thing is, they're bad, but they're not a bad team. That's the part that's frustrating. They have a lot of pieces in place. And let's go back to just Chubb and the Browns being able to control the game. 36 minutes and 9 seconds. The Browns possessed the ball to 23-51 at the Steelers. Notice over the years when the Steelers are consistently good, that's one thing that's always been in their favor. They've always been able to win the game, time of possession. This team has no chance to make the playoffs. None. Let's just say it comes down to it and we have to, and a couple teams lose and we get in. It'll be worse than last year. They have so much work to do. And you know what? If you start doing it now, you surely picked the wrong time because the season started a month ago. I wouldn't want to be in Tomlin's shoes right now.
No, because there's no easy fix. There's none, and it's the way this team was built. We got the shiny new toys on offense when we needed defensive line help and offensive line help.
Yeah.
This team right here is the legacy. This is Kevin Colbert's legacy. He's the one who constructed this team to what it is today. He's the one who decided in the offseason to not go after any of the marquee names out there and rely on lower tier players to build this team, and then drafting people in the draft as projects in the 3rd round. You draft Kevin, Kendrick Green in the 3rd round to be your center of the future, but he played guard, and you're just hoping on a prayer that he'll develop.
Right.
Like Chooks, we drafted him late in the draft, and it's taken him all these, however long he's been in the league to now finally become a solid tackle. This team does not have that luxury. Like this line, you lost Pouncey, DeCastro, even Villanueva, Foster. They were a lot of those guys made we had no one waiting in the wings for him, and you saw them getting older, so you didn't think of drafting their replacement right away. I understand, you want to draft for Wood now, but you haven't drafted a lineman in the first 2 rounds since you drafted DeCastro in the 1st round, and it shows. So yes, this line's improving, but it could be a lot better. This defensive line is just a hodgepodge of players. We got cast-offs. Alualu, cast-off from the Jaguars, who was a 1st round pick, 10th overall, who's in the span of his career has technically been a bust if you're drafted that high. He's a serviceable player, and he's a bust. Wormley, Ogunjobi, these guys are all cast-offs from other teams. And then our other defensive linemen are all drafted in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round as projects. The last one I can remember being drafted high was Stephon Tuitt. Yeah. Now he's retired. And then before that, we took Cam in the 1st round. There's been no building of this team that makes sense. Your lines are the most important, or we haven't built them. This team has not been constructed well for the past 6-7 years. and it's finally catching up to you. And then
Tomlin came
Colbert
out and said, you know what? There's absolutely no quarterback situation changing this week. There is so I would like to be the fly on the wall when him and his assistant coaches sit down and figure out what it is that they have to do to prepare to get better moving forward.
What are they, like all these people clamoring for Kenny Pickett? Like Mark Caboli of The Athletic tweeted out, it's like, can he tackle? Because that's what this team needs. Like I saw like stuff earlier, like last night. I was like, someone was like, "Oh, we got to get Pickett in there." I was like, "Is he going to play defensive line? He's going to play linebacker, cornerback?" This is where we're really struggling. Yeah, you won't see our offense score more points, but they're showing signs of improvement game over game, and I would love for Trubisky to be playing better, but I like to see this defense make some key stops.
They got so much work to do, Mike. They got so much work to do.
They do.
They're on the drawing board.
Yeah,
they're back at that stage that it's back to the drawing board. And good.
No, I was gonna say like in years past when we started out bad, that we found ways to claw back. I don't see it. I don't see it this year.
No.
Like I'm looking at the schedule, it's just not going to fall the way we need it to fall, and the way that, like, if we had TJ Watt and we were sitting at 1-2, like, okay, I would feel a lot better because he's going to play the way he plays. He's going to disrupt that team. That defense will eventually come around, but we don't have him. And
this team ain't going to win more than 5 games, Mike. They're not going to win more than 5 games.
You're right. I think you're right, and you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I'm okay with that because I know we're going to get a better draft pick.
Yeah.
And we'll get hopefully a stud player that we can plug and play and fix holes in that first, second, and maybe even third round. You're picking that high. You're hoping those picks will be better. And, I would love to see my team contend every year, but sometimes you have to suck to get better. You just have to. It's the way sports are made now. With the salary cap and everything, you have to suck to get better. And, just embrace the suck. That's all I'm going to say about the Steelers this year. Just embrace it. Go with the flow. Laugh. Live, laugh, love when it comes to the Steelers.
2 guaranteed things. This team is not going to the Super Bowl, and that stupid elf in the middle of the Browns' field is the stupidest thing you've ever seen in your life.
That is Brownie the Elf. Put some respect on his name.
I couldn't take it. It looked like one of the dwarfs, the 7 dwarfs, the whole time. I'm thinking it was one of them, like Dopey or
my
Grumpy
buddy
or whatever
texted
the
me.
fuck
He
their
was like,
names are.
"What the hell is this elf on the field?"
Yeah,
like,
they're
Brownie,
orange. Their name's the Browns. Their mascot is an elf. You can't be any more fucked up than that.
No.
I don't know what else. It was bad. It was bad. I don't think that people want to hear how bad it is. Let me talk about something else for a little bit. Is that all right with you?
Yeah. Let's change. I think 28 minutes on the Steelers is more than enough.
Yeah.
Like these guys that talk for like 3-4 hours about the Steelers,
I blow my fucking brains out because there's literally nothing to talk about. We've covered everything.
Yeah,
we've covered the problems.
Mm-hmm.
I give my star. If you have to give your star of the game to one player, I would give that star to Diontae Johnson. Diontae Johnson continued to make big catches. He made the plays to extend these series, give us a little bit more time, move the chains. And you know me, I'm not big on Diontae Johnson, but he is where my game ball goes for last night. If I have to get one to the Steelers, how about you?
So I wouldn't give it to Johnson. He started off strong. They all did, but in that second half, I think they started to fade a little bit. He had that big drop on third down that Mitch put right in the bread bat, like put right there.
Yeah.
He just dropped it. They could have extended the drive to that. I was like, oh. To me, that was backbreaking. Game ball for the Steelers. Presley Harvin.
That's fair.
He had a bad punt and still rolled inside the 20. He was consistent throughout the game.
Yeah.
I'd love to give it to like someone like Pickens Pickens or Jalen Warren or Deontay or members of that line. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give it to Chooks because he blocked that little DB and fell on him. And then everyone's saying it was dirty. He's like, how many times do you see, you block someone and you fall on him? He didn't know he was hurt. It's not his fault. So I'm giving it to Chooks because Chooks he played whistle to whistle. He saw a guy down, said, you know what? I'm going to fall on this guy because what if he gets up and makes a play? And I looked at him and I gave him up. I'm not getting called out in the film room. No, no, I'm falling on him. So Chooks gets my game ball. Maybe in a borderline dirty play. He came off the top rope like he was, Superfly Jimmy Snuka. But you know what? It's football.
So if you got disgusted with this game, like a lot of people did, you may have went over to watch a little bit of the West Virginia Tech game, where West Virginia, they get another win. They won 33-10 over ACC Virginia Tech. So that was on. You may or may not have went to check that out. But I do want to mention tomorrow at noon, the Pitt Panthers, they host Rhode Island at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So check that out, see what our Panthers could do. Hopefully they can do a little bit better than our Steelers. And also Central Michigan, Mike, they travel to Happy Valley at noon also to play Penn State tomorrow. That's college football.
There's a lot of good games on at noon. My alma mater, Kent State, looking to upset number 1 Georgia at noon o'clock.
Now that'll happen.
I think we may have a chance if everyone on Georgia gets sick at the same time.
Yeah.
We may have a chance then. We may.
The hockey season is right around the corner. The guys are getting to camp, getting started out there skating, Mike. I believe it's going to only be a couple weeks. Is that what it is? Is it a couple weeks or is it a month? How long do we have till Penguin season starts?
That's a good question. Let me pull it up here real quick. Because, God, I know, like, camp's starting and everything, and we're going to start having, like, preseason games and whatnot. Preseason. I don't know when the actual season starts.
It's got to be soon. I mean, it's October.
Through the 30th at least, there's preseasons. Let me find the Penguins here. Because I'm looking forward to it already. This is sad.
While you do that, I'm going to get prepared. We do have to do our picks.
Yeah. Oh, man. November 1st, maybe?
Figure it out, man.
October 13th. October 13th? Yeah. We play Arizona.
And one more Pittsburgh sports related before we go on to our picks. The Cubbies beat the Pirates last night, 3-2. This drops the Pirates to 55-95, Mike. 55-95. They managed to lose 40 more games than they were able to win. Game 2 of 4 against the Cubs is today at 6:30, and they're on a 7-game losing streak. They're trying to break a 7-game losing streak. Of course, they lost the 4 to the Mets, the 2 to the Yankees, and again yesterday to the Cubbies. So that's 7 games. They're hoping to break that at some point. At this point, I'm pulling for the 100 losses. So let's go Cubs.
Me too. I am rooting for the 100 losses. I know it's my team, but I do like to see them lose because they're not a likable bunch, and the owner's not a likable bunch.
It's funner when they lose.
It's fun. It is more fun. It makes me feel better about myself when they lose.
Yes.
Because things could be going bad in your life. Then you look at the Buccos and go, "Hey, could be a whole lot worse. Let me dig down deep and make it through."
Absolutely. Let me jump over, Mike. Just because we do still have a bunch of stuff here. Let's do our picks. I'll go through them. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep track on my end. You keep track on your end, okay?
Yeah, because that's what I did last week.
Well, we're communicating it this week. That's the difference. All right. So, first game, Mike. First game is the Bills and the Dolphins. Who do you think is going to win this Bills-Dolphins matchup?
I'm going to go with the Bills.
I am too. I think it's going to be a really good game, but I think the Bills are just a little bit more seasoned. They've been doing this a couple years. They play, they have more continuity. I like Buffalo in this game here. So both Ryan and Mike took the Bills. Bengals and Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
And I am too. And the reason for this, I think the Bengals have to get their first win at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jets aren't great. They're better. They're better than they were. They were able to pull a comeback against the Cleveland. But I think the Bengals, they're due. They're not going to be sitting at 0-3. Bengals win this week. Ryan and Mike both take Cincy. Raiders and Titans.
Oh, wow. I'm going to go with the Titans. I think they're going to bounce back after being embarrassed last week. I'm envisioning a damn good game for Henry down there, just bowling people over.
So you got the Titans. I'm going to take the Raiders. I don't even know if they won yet, but again, they're due, I think. I got the Raiders. Mike has the Titans. Saints and Panthers.
I'm taking the Saints over the Panthers. Let's go Jameis Winston.
Is Baker Mayfield starting in Carolina?
Yeah.
So Mayfield, Winston. You know what? It's really a toss-up for me, but since you took the Saints, I'll take the Panthers. Mike got the Saints, Ryan got the Panthers. Next, the Ravens and Patriots.
Oh, I'm taking. They're going to be so pissed off after that comeback victory that they gave up and that great performance that Lamar had wasted.
And I feel that they are a much better team altogether than the Patriots. Yeah. They have a lot more going on. Lions and Vikings is going to be a good game out of the NFC North. The Lions really pounded on last week, and the Vikings was somewhat of a surprising beginning. Who do you want in the Lions-Vikings game?
I'm going with the Vikings. I just think they're just that little bit better. That wide receiver they have out there, he's a beast. He's just gonna Jeffries is just gonna.
I just gotta say, I like the chair, Mike. It looks like you're in a 18th century home.
It is my grandmother's old chair.
Okay, it just doesn't look like you're sitting in an interrogation room. It's like you're in an interrogation room with an old Victorian style chair.
And it seems rather comfortable.
I take the Lions. I'm high on the Lions this year. I got the Lions. Mike got the Vikings. Excuse me. Next is the Eagles and the team formerly known as the Redskins. Who do you got?
Commanders. I'm taking the Eagles over the Commanders.
I am too. Eagles are just a better team. I can't see them losing this game. Mike and Ryan both take the Eagles. Chiefs and Colts.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Likewise.
I'll always Chiefs to win every game. Just it's hard to count them out.
Yeah, it's they're in their time. You know what I mean? And when a team is in their time, meaning a 5-year period where you win a Super Bowl, you get to a championship game, you make noise in the playoffs. It's their time. Whether you're winning championships all the time or not, we could all agree that this is their time. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, I'm taking the Chiefs as well. The Texans and the Bears, Mike. The Texans and the Bears.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm just gonna go with the Bears. They're both bad teams. I'm just gonna go with the Bears. I have real no analysis of this game because they both.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about either. I am going to take the Bears. Also, I feel that they are doing a little bit better from what I've seen this year. Texans don't really got much going on. Mike and myself, we both took the Bears in this game.
Yeah,
Jaguars and Chargers.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. It's gonna come down to the Chargers have a better defense than Jacksonville, and I think
Trevor Jacksonville had a shutout though, Mike.
They did have a shutout. They beat the Colts last week, but I'm going with the Chargers. I think Herbert is just that little bit more ahead of Trevor Lawrence this stages in their career. But I think
Trevor Lawrence also. I like what they're doing with the team. They're slowly building, mm-hmm. But you're right. For the moment, the Chargers, I have the Chargers over the Jets.
Yeah.
Both Mike and I chose the Chargers. The Rams and the Cardinals.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, man. I just the way they fought back last week and little Murray running around in the backfield, like someone said on that scramble, looked like like a toddler that steals their parents' phone. The way he was running around,
and I'm just gonna go with the upset with the Cardinals. I think that I heard that James Conner is amongst the tops in all-purpose yards, so that also goes a long way. I'm taking the Rams. They're fresh off a Super Bowl win. They haven't been playing the best football, but at some point they are going to start accumulating wins. I think they beat the Cardinals this week. Mike has the Cardinals. I have the Rams. Packers and Bucks. Packers and Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go with
Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna go.
The relics come out.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers.
It's in a war. It's in Tampa. You're going Buccaneers?
I'm going Buccaneers. Even though they did lose Mike Evans to suspension, and they kind of struggled last week, but it's hard to bet against Brady when he's going up against another elite level quarterback.
Absolutely.
He just finds a way to like be better than the guy across from him when he's being challenged.
I'm going to take the Packers just because you have a marquee matchup between Brady and Rodgers. Mike took Brady. I'll take the Packers. Falcons and Seahawks, Mike. Falcons and Seahawks.
Oh wow. You know what? I'm gonna take the Hawks, man. Let's ride that Geno Smith bandwagon as far as it takes us.
I'm going to go with them too. I don't think Atlanta has much going on. They have a couple of bright spots, but not they're not a good football team. And you're right. I think Seattle has just enough going on to be better than Atlanta this weekend. So Mike and I both took Seattle. Sunday night, the 49ers and Broncos. That should be a pretty evenly matched game.
Nah, I'm going with the Niners. Jimmy G has something to prove to everyone.
Jimmy G has something to prove, and Russell Wilson wants to prove himself in Denver. Should be another good marquee quarterback matchup. So Mike is going to take San Francisco. I like San Francisco. Excuse me, I like San Francisco in this game. However, I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Fair enough.
And finally, Monday night, Mike. Monday night prime time. The Cowboys and Giants. Now, let me just say this. A fan in Dallas was so excited that the Cowboys won this past week, they went galloping into Walmart on a horse. Did you catch this?
I did not see this, but it does not surprise me.
On a horse, they went right into Walmart. So I think the Cowboys are having a lot of fun winning. The Giants have some, they have some things going on. Barkley's moving around, moving the ball this year. Go ahead. Who do you got in this one?
I'm going the Giants, man. My man Saquon Barkley. Legs are healthy, knees healthy, and he's going to establish the run, make some big plays in the pass game too, because he's a great receiver as well. And I think Daniel Jones does just enough to beat Cooper Rush. You want to talk about marquee quarterback matchup? You don't get better than Cooper Rush against Daniel Jones.
I've never seen Cooper Rush underperform. The only time I ever seen him play, he had a great game. For that reason, I'm going Cowboys over to Giants Monday night.
Yeah,
so Mike and I, as far as games that we have different, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there will be a winner, Mike. There will be a winner next week when we go over the scores. So we are etched in stone. Let me just double check. Do you have yours written down on your end?
Yeah, I have mine written down. I even have my overall record for the year written down as well. So we can.
What's your overall record?
19-14.
The people love you, Mike. What can you say?
I am a man of the people.
19-14. What's that?
I am a man of the people. The people love me. Bruh.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Mike, I got a little timer. Do you want to go over emails for the week before we run out of time?
Yes.
Emails. All right, let me start with the first one here. Margot says, what's going on with Mike's studio? I hear him mentioning it a lot, but his backgrounds always look different. What is going on, Mike? Tell us, please.
Well, I have my little place I record at my house. Ryan has his place where he records at his place, but we also have a place where we record our main studio, and that's still being worked on. I kind of recorded there the past 2 days. It's coming along. We just need to bring some more stuff into the studio, and hopefully you know, a lot of times, a couple times, 3 times a week, hopefully Ryan and I will be recording face to face in the studio, and you will be able to see the brand new studio. I can't wait for it to happen.
Damn, it must be true.
Must be true. Must be true. Hopefully this weekend it all gets put up and put together.
Hopefully Mike buys some Altoids before we got to do our in studios together, you know, for the
So I got
breath.
gum right now, man. I'm good to go.
Xavier says, "Where's baby mama been? I'd like to see more of her. Where's
No one
baby
wants to
mama
see
been?
No one wants to see that. No one wants to see
No
her.
one wants to see her. Maybe we'll get our people, get her on the line. We'll have baby mama come on for a couple minutes at the end if we could get a hold of her. All right?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, Xavier.
We'll see what we can do.
She might be in her itty bitty titty committee meeting down there downtown. So I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we'll see what we could do. Pam said, when did Jen switch over to season 3? Well, it was kind of stealth, I'd say, Mike, right? We finished season 2 last Thursday. We took one day off to handle some affairs at the studio here. And like Mike said, we're working on the other studio. We're planning on bringing them together, yada, yada, yada. So it was literally Monday. This is the 5th episode of season 3.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a week off, but then Ryan yanked that freedom away from me.
That's right.
Evil.
So is the Beauty and the Beast show still featuring Hit 'em Hard talent? This is from CJ. Yes, it's just a different name change. I don't know what happened, but Mike, we are going to have the guys in this coming week coming up because they have the big show on the 30th that we'll talk about in a moment.
Right.
But a couple of the guys contacted me last night, and they do want to get in here before the show on the 30th. Those kind of questions we'll save to get from the horse's mouth themselves, so to speak. We will have the guys from Hit 'em Hard / Rock Hard Entertainment.
Or is it Rock Solid? Because I'm an idiot. I can't remember a single
Rock
word.
Solid Entertainment. So there you go. We'll have answers for you next week. I promise. We'll get that all cleared out. We'll find out what happened, and we'll find out what's going on next. Karen, Mike, you're Karen. She says,
Karen,
I just love Mike's little Ewok. Oh,
everyone loves my. He had a couple run-ins today. We were trying to get Mickey Mouse on the tablet as I'm, MFing the Steelers, so I had to, stop my language.
Yeah.
I was working on my stiff arm with him because he was just. But yeah, he is so cute, cuddly, and adorable, and he's a terrorist as well. Don't let that cute demeanor fool you.
Couple people, couple different looks like guys, bruh. And that's looks like that's the email for the week, though. Thank you. We appreciate all that. Thank you so much. Like I said, we'll hope soon enough we'll get you answers to the questions that we couldn't answer today because it really doesn't pertain to us directly. So next week we'll have the guys on and we'll certainly talk to them.
I'm looking forward to that, man. It's been a minute since I've seen any of the guys.
Absolutely, man.
I need to be cool by association.
What's that?
They need to come on because I need to be cool by association again.
Yeah. You're insane.
I am insane. Uh-oh. I think we may have a guest ready.
We got a guest? Hey, baby mama.
Oh, no, we ain't doing it that way. We're not doing it that way. There we go. We're going to go right
there. We go. We just had an email about you.
Oh, there we go. No, you had it right. Spin it back.
I can't see.
Is she doing this or are you doing this?
She's doing that all on herself. Now she can't see
Make
nothing.
her stop. Whatever you're doing, stop. We can see. You better. Could you see?
Just you two, not me, so I don't know what.
Okay, that's all right. You don't need to see you. So here she is, baby mama. We got a hold of her. We had her come on. We had email. Somebody asked about you. We told them that you were, in fact, it's your weekly itty bitty titty committee convention downtown. But here she is. She broke away from the meeting and she's here with us today. How you been? Have you been keeping up with season 3?
Absolutely.
What's that?
Absolutely, every day.
Why is it, Mike, when I'm looking at her talk, she's like an old Chinese movie?
Yeah, okay. I thought that was me. Look like those old kung fu movies where the lips move and it takes forever for the voiceover to catch up.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
Oh,
What is she doing?
oh no.
I don't know. I wish she would quit messing around.
Oh my god, this show is going completely off the rails.
She's out of control.
She is.
Mike, one more quick sports story. Pierre Paul, the defensive lineman in the NFL for years, he got signed by the Ravens actually yesterday to help their pass rush. So
yeah, Jason Pierre-Paul is always willing to lend a hand.
I
I stole that joke. I don't know from who, but I saw that. I was like, that is beautiful. I love it.
Yes. But so how you tell us a little bit about how you're doing, because like I said, the fans want to know. I don't want to know. Mike don't want to know, but the people want to know how you, baby mama, have been doing. And are you going to be involved more in the season as it goes on?
I'm doing good, I assume so. I'm here at the studio now doing some work.
Okay. I see you got some lights going on back there. Is that lighting? Green lights, it looks like.
Lighting going. Huh? Yeah,
Some green
picked
lights.
green.
Looking good. Looking good.
Got some new walls in the background that looking nice.
Yep.
I got one non-sports story for you. Do you remember the Diary of the Wimpy Kid? It was a book series that was out about 15 years ago. Diary of a Wimpy Kid in Riverdale actor Ryan Grantham sentenced to life for killing his mother. So if you have kids that read Diary of the Wimpy Kid, watch out.
Oof.
They you know what? Now I'm worried about my little Ewok.
They'll probably ban that from schools and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They went through and banned things because it's a book first and then movies.
You're right.
And they always ban stuff from school. That's insane.
I'm just laughing at like you're talking and then first of all your voice is barely coming through and then it's like so lagging behind.
And then the corner, look up at the corner, it's all crooked compared to her head. And I know the room isn't crooked, so that only tells me that her head is crooked.
Her head's crooked, her camera's crooked, everything's crooked down there.
Listen, I'm guinea pig and you guys haven't done it yet, so I don't have anything set up for me. So I am just camera and
there's like a lot of excuses being thrown around.
Maybe stand on your tippy toes, because all I really see is the top of your head. Stand on your tippy toes.
I see her whole head.
Do you?
Yeah.
No,
I just want her to stand on her tippy toes. Can you stand on your tippy toes?
No, if you turn your phone, it's the right now. You gotta be up and down, not side to side.
Well, it looks weird up and down. You look weird right now, and that's why I haven't told you to change anything, because it looks funny the way you are.
I guess what everybody wants to know, Al, the big question, what's your bra size?
I don't know.
So, I often say that my jock strap would probably be a little too big for you. So I was just questioning to see what you thought.
Asking the hard-hitting questions here, 2 dummy answers.
You guys want to do something fun?
Yeah, let's do something fun.
All right. What I'm going to do, I have set up here, I have a couple phone numbers from pet stores. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of calls. You guys want to have fun?
No.
That sounds like a yes. No news is good news, baby. Here we go.
How can I help you?
Hi, yeah, is this the pet store?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Do you guys have fish?
No, we don't have any. We have like guppies, but that's it.
Oh, just the guppies. Nothing big, like no big fish.
No.
Oh. Where do you get your guppies?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Oh, really? Do people just
Where do we get the guppies? Yeah, I don't know.
So people just like they just generally bring them into you guys, like whenever they bring in shipments of fish. Maybe is that what's going on?
We don't really do fish anymore.
Okay, is it because they smell?
I don't think so.
They don't smell.
I mean, they smell like fish,
Yeah,
but it's not really bad.
yeah, like they don't smell like tuna, do they?
No.
No, because we just have a small little family and we're looking for little fish, but sometimes the kids, because when we had little fish before, sometimes the kids eat them because on Friday we have fish and the kids thought it was okay to eat the fish that we bought at the store, and obviously that's not okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't you eat them fish? Do you know?
No.
No. Is there any other fish? Is there any other pet stores around that have fish? Do you know that you know of?
There's PetSmart up by the Walmart and Target. They have a lot of fish.
They have a lot.
Petco. Yeah,
Okay.
Petco. Sorry.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll give a call up there. It's Friday, and like I said, the kids get hungry, so I gotta figure something out.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
That's gonna
Got
be the
her.
story of her day.
Huh?
That's gonna be the story of her day, man.
Yeah. I used to work retail, and like we would get calls like this every once in a while. People asking for weird, off the wall things, just messing around, and entertainment for the day. Like,
Really?
this idiot just called in asking for this. Now you are going to be a legend there for like the next month.
Yep.
And the good thing, I picked a pet store that was far away. That way they don't, hey, that's the guys over there at the Two Dumb Yanders. They're pranking you. So I did. I strategized a little bit.
She was a good sport for it too. She was giggling.
Yeah,
She
good. I
was
liked
a
her.
trooper. She's the listener of the week right there.
Maybe we'll send her
I'd
a
have hung
shirt.
it up.
I don't know.
And she got your name. Well,
Uh,
you looked up the number. You write a note and send it to the store that you called and say this goes to the girl that answered the weird phone. Hopefully, they only get one a month.
yeah,
What state did you call?
West Virginia.
That's not that far away. That ain't bad.
No, but it's not that close either.
Maybe you
I love it. I love it.
drive it down.
Look,
This is Allie right
I'm
now.
going to kill you now.
Ha ha ha.
I'm Allie.
Ha ha ha. My
I
name is
just
Allie.
left the itty bitty titty committee. I'm here now to talk to you. So
Is that coffee or rum in my mug?
well, hey, unfortunately, everybody, today was awesome, and we're out of time. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the email or about the website? I'm sorry.
TwoDumbYinzers.com. Head on over there. We have links to Spotify, Anchor, YouTube. We have our email on there. We have, Twitter, Facebook, all the links on there that you need. Links to the merchandise store. Everything Two Dumb Yinzers is there at TwoDumbYinzers.com.
Allie, you have anything to say before we go for the weekend?
Good to be back.
And that's all that came out.
What did she say?
Have to fix this.
About you, my man. You have anything before we take off for the weekend, sir?
Kenny Pickett's not going to fix the Steelers' woes.
Unfortunately, I agree with that. But we do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please continue to keep checking us out. We are on Monday through Friday every week at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So please continue to check us out. And if you just want to listen to the show, we will be uploading this on Spotify tonight at 8 o'clock. So be sure to go over and check that out. Hey, for everybody here at the Two Dumb Yinzers, we thank you, Allie, of course, for making an appearance. You're in demand, so we'll be seeing more of her.
Sweet.
And for Allie, Mike, Ryan, the Two Dumb Yinzers, have a great weekend. We'll